Hello, everyone, and good evening. Welcome to the San Antonio Latinas for Kamala virtual kickoff. My name is Esmeralda Newman, and I will be moderating the discussion tonight. I'm the owner of Past Midnight Creative, a boutique design firm that partners with organizations looking to make a significant impact through design. I've had the honor of working with Latinas for Kamala San Antonio for the past few weeks. And during this time, I've designed their logo, managed their social media, and created content for their great cause. It's been a pleasure to see it all come together. And I'm excited for Vice President Harris to win this election. I'm adding my contact info into the chat in just a second, in case you'd like to reach out to my firm. So before we get to the good stuff, I just want to go over a few housekeeping rules. Number one, please stay on mute, and I think all of you are muted from the host. This is if you unmute, that helps. You can raise your hand to unmute, and the host will unmute you. But this helps minimize background noise and ensures everyone can hear the speakers clearly. Number two, use the chat feature to ask questions or make comments. We'll have a team monitoring the chat, and we'll address questions during the Q&A session at the end. Number three, please respect everyone's speaking time. We want to ensure that all voices are heard and that the event stays on schedule. And number four, just a note that this meeting will be recorded and shared on our social media at latinasforkamala.sa on Facebook and Instagram. So with that, we'll take a few minutes and watch the Harris campaign video. And this video showcases her vision, her leadership, and commitment to making a positive impact on our nation. Enjoy.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
All right. So now that we are all in an inspirational mood this evening, let's move on to our first speaker, my wonderful mentor and friend, Rosie Castro. Okay, take a seat, Rosie.
Thank you, Esme. Thanks, Esme. Hi, you beautiful Latinas. It is great to see you all, and I hope you can see all the beautiful women here that have been working very hard. And we're working because everybody is so excited to be working for Kamala Harris for president. We know that she can get the job done. And we're excited. One morning I was trying to wake up, didn't want to wake up, and I got a call from two women, Rebecca Flores and Rosemary the Oils, who said, we got to do something. And so we said, okay, what are we going to do? Very early in the morning, we decided that we'd call up a lot of good friends, and they had already talked to some, and everybody said, yes, we're in. We're in because we believe that this is history in the making. We believe that this woman can get the job done, that this woman is going to do for all the people in the United States what we've been longing for a long time. And that we as Latinas who want to serve our country should get involved. And so this is why you see our effort here. Let me tell you that we hope to organize around the 4 Bexar County precincts, and we hope to have folks that will take the co-chairmanship in each of those districts so that we can quickly get information, quickly give people opportunities to do the kind of work that needs to be done to elect a president. One of the things that interested me the most is that, I look at what we see out in the world of television and social media, and I don't see our faces. I don't see Latinas and Latinos represented the way we should be. We are the largest minority in the United States, and we deserve respect. So one of the things that we did is that as we are going to work hard to make sure that Bexar County votes for Kamala, then we decided that we also need to have a vision. And thanks to one of the other members, she helped develop that vision. And that is the platform that you see here. In that platform, if you'd like to see it, it's not totally done yet, but you can help give your ideas. This platform speaks about the things that we want to see get done in this next administration, including having a Latina or Latinas on the cabinet level and in every part of the administration. Now, what we are most interested in, I think, is that we, like you, want to make sure that our community has a piece of that American dream, that our community will be able to pass a generational voting ability, a generational educational opportunity, a generational ability to have housing, and a generational ability to be able to do just about anything that you want to in the United States. And why do I say that? We know that in World War II, right after World War II, if you remember, the women had to come home when the men came home. The women who had worked and built America came home. And little did people realize that was going to make some changes later. But one of the very important things that happened, and I want you to think about this because I think it was a tremendous change and movement for the United States. The policy that was created for our veterans was incredible. They were able to get housing, they were able to get an education, they were able to get health care and other things. This moment in time, this moment in history, when we elect our first woman candidate, in that moment, we hope to see that the changes that will come around will be as impactful as those of that period. What am I talking about? The things that you want: good health care, good health, reproductive care, housing, the treating of our immigrants in a fair manner. Many of these things are in that platform, and I ask that you please take a look at that, and that you take that enthusiasm that you have and that we have and spread it throughout Bexar County, throughout the state, and throughout the nation. There's a lot that we can do, and we can do it together. I just want to refer to one thing that the Ignatius group has come out with, and I feel that that's one of the things that we want to really be committed to. And they say, voting is love. Love is voting. That is a very strong statement and one that I really believe in, because I know in my family, we have seen the difference that generational voting can make. I know that we together will help the United States become the very best version of itself that it can be.
Hi, thank you, Rosie, for that wonderful talk to all of us. My name is Rebecca Flores, and many of you probably don't know who I am, but I worked in South Texas for many years organizing farm workers. And what happened during that time that I was organizing down there is, if you know the history of Texas, it has always been against farm workers, all anti-farm workers from the get-go. And so what we were able to do after we organized farm workers, we started registering voters, we started organizing the vote, and we started selecting our candidates. And it was only after that was done, and we elected a good governor at that time, was Governor White, we passed the only historic farm worker legislation in the history of the state of Texas. So I firmly believe that we must get out to vote, and we must make those changes through the ballot box. And so I'm here today just to talk to you a little bit about voting and how we're going to win for Kamala and for Tim Walz. One is that be sure you're registered to vote. Go to Bear Elections, and you can find it on that Bear Elections page the little icon that tells you if you're registered or not. You can also register other voters by becoming a deputy voter registrar. The exam is easy. I'm a deputy voter registrar, and you can do that too. And remember, then go vote. There's 4 ways you can vote, 4 different ways. You can vote early. You can vote on election day, and there's going to be 300 polling sites on election day. There are 50 early voting sites. And then, of course, you can vote by mail. And don't forget that if you're going to the polling sites, either early voting or on election day, you can do curbside vote if you have some disability. And you can do that. You drive up, you make a phone call to the judge, and they'll come out and bring the voting box out, and you can vote there. Early voting starts Monday, October 21st, and ends Friday, November the 1st. The hours vary. They also vote on Saturdays and Sundays. Like I said, there's 50 early voting center locations throughout the county, and you can vote at any of those locations. There's going to be a lot of people voting this election. Do not forget, remember to vote early, but remember that in the early days, there's a long line. And so, be patient. On election day, there's going to be 302 polling sites on election day. And those voting sites are open from 7 in the morning to 7 at night on Tuesday, November the 5th. If you're in the line by 7 p.m., then you have the right to vote. So just stay in line until you cast your ballot. And also, of course, for those who are over 65, you can vote by mail. You don't have to be only 65. If you're disabled, you can apply. If you're going to give birth within 3 weeks before or after election day, you can vote by mail. If you are out of the county, like students are, then you can also vote by mail. And also, if you're confined in jail, you can vote by mail. You have to apply. They've changed the rules, like they're changing the rules on us all the time. And now you have to apply every year. You can download your application by going to Bear Elections and downloading that application and filling it in. And don't forget, you have got to include the last 4, your social security number, and also your Texas ID number, your driver's license or your ID number on that application, because that's the way they're going to identify you when you vote. When you mail in your ballot, it has to arrive be postmarked no later than 7 o'clock on election day on November the 5th. You can postmark it no later than 7 p.m. on election day, and it can be received the next day at 5 p.m. Now, what do you need to vote? You have to take some kind of ID. You can bring your Texas driver's license if you have one. Your student IDs don't work. So you have to bring your Texas driver's license issued by the Texas Department of Public Safety, DPS, your ID certificate issued by DPS, your personal ID card issued by DPS, your handgun license issued by DPS, your military ID card with your photo, your citizenship certificate with your photo, or your US passport. If you don't have any of these IDs, you fill out, go ahead and you can still vote. Go ahead, you will be asked to fill out a declaration at the polls describing a reasonable impediment. That's a form that you can sign, and then you show a copy or original of one of these supporting forms. A government document like your voter registration certificate, a current utility bill, a bank statement, a government check, your paycheck, or your certified US birth certificate. So we hope to see you at the polls. There's going to be a lot of people hopefully voting, and with your help, we can increase that number if all of us get out and do our work. Thank you very much.
Good evening, Latinas. My name is Elva Abundes Esparza. Are you ready? Because we are. Join us. Latinas for Kamala .sa are hosting a Get Out the Rally vote. Get Out the Vote rally for Kamala on Saturday, September the 7th at Smoke Bar from 4 to 6 at 501 East Crockett. Hopefully, all of you can make it. We're going to have organizations will be there to sign you up to vote, to sign you up for phone banking, for block walking. So bring your entire family. I would like to see at least 1,000 Latinas there. There will be guest speakers. There will be music. We'll go have a lot of fun and make sure that we're all ready to vote for Kamala. Please come on. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Latinas. My name is Rosemarie de Hoyos, and I'm so happy to be here today. It's a great, exciting time. I can't think of an earlier presidential election where everybody wants to get involved, and we're ready for you. We're ready for you to come out and help us. We've got another event that's coming up. It'll be rally that will be put on together at Mission County Park on September the 21st. And we've got great entertainment for you. Little Joe came out and asked us to put this event together. His purpose was to unite the Democrats. We have to be united this time. Nobody can stay home. Nobody can get upset with one another. We've got to do this all together. Everybody is invited to come out. It's an event hosted by the coalitions of the Bexar County Democratic Clubs and organizations. It's going to be held at Mission County Park at 11 o'clock to 7 p.m. Like I said, Little Joe's going to be there. Along with Little Joe, we're going to have comedian and actress, very, very good, Cristela Alonso, very great Democrat. She told us she wants to help us, and a lot of people are stepping forward. We have an LA 45 band that's coming out. This event is free to everyone. And we've tried to make accommodations for everyone. You can bring your kids. That's one thing that you don't see all the time. We want you out there at Mission County Park on September the 21st. One of my, what I'm looking forward to, we're going to have our own Judge Nicole Garza there. She has a band, which I've never heard of. And apparently it's a very good band. And she'll be playing 70, I believe 60, 70 music. I can't wait. Anyway, we'll also have a lot of entertainment for the kids. And did I say everything was free? It's free. And we want to get out the vote. We want to meet all of the elected officials that are coming. It's going to be a great, great event. You can register to vote. You still have time. So please come out. Also sign up if you want to. We have an email address that you can sign up at and give us your information. Thank you, and thanks for coming out. This is a great time. Oh, also, I'm going to be going to the National Democratic National Convention, so I can't wait. Hopefully, if I'm lucky, I'll get a picture with Kamala. Thank you and goodbye.
Good evening, everyone on this Zoom. I see a lot of friendly faces, people who have been involved in San Antonio politics, and I see new names, which excites me because the intent is for this group to be a welcoming space for everybody, whether you have been involved in politics for many years and worked on campaigns, or if you've never involved yourself. And what's going on with Kamala Harris and now Governor Tim Walz, it's exciting. It's exciting for you, and many of you have reached out. We had a little lunch this past Saturday, and there were a lot of women who had never been involved in politics, and they came to this lunch and they want to get involved. So everybody's welcome. I sit before you tonight as I am a cradle Democrat. My father served for 20 years as a Bexar County elected official. My mother is a naturalized citizen. I have been involved in democratic activities, civic engagement, voting my entire life. Right now, this evening, I also want to say I'm a Bexar County volunteer deputy registrar. I'm a Bexar County election worker. And today I was just appointed by Commissioner Justin Rodriguez to serve on the Bexar County Election Citizen Advisory Panel. So that is forming right now. 3 of the commissioners have made their appointments, and we're waiting for the county judge and one of the commissioners to make their appointment, and the 5-person panel will be convened to advise the Commissioners Court on all things related to elections in Bexar County. My next reason for being here is I want to talk about the youth vote in Bexar County. I'm sure many of you have seen there is a tremendous amount of enthusiasm with youth voters nationally. That includes mainly starting with high school seniors who are turning 18 and will be able to vote for the very first time, through the general college years, which is about 25, 26. There is, here in Bexar County, there is a nonprofit called Youth Do Vote. You'll see this flyer on the screen. A Latina here in San Antonio, Heather Ramirez Eichling, she has founded this group. She is a 3rd-generation Bexar County election worker. Her mother and grandmother graduated from Lanier High School and have worked elections. She is now the 3rd generation in her family to work elections. And her passion is connecting with the youth to get them registered to vote, to provide voter education opportunities and venues for them to learn more about civic engagement and voting, and to encourage them to become Bexar election workers. We are going to have a very large voter turnout in Bexar County, and we need to start getting prepared to have as many election workers as possible. If you are interested in learning how to be a Bexar County election worker, drop your name and contact information in the chat, and we will get back to you. The flyer that you see now is an event being hosted by Youth Do Vote in San Antonio at Trinity University, September 27th. There will be a sample election machines. There's going to be resources there. They're going to do college prep, a tour of Trinity University. There will be some elected officials there. There will be information for any 18 to 20-something-year-old who is interested in being an election worker this year. It's going to be an exciting time to be an election worker, and we want to bring as many young people into the process as possible. So that's why Heather couldn't join us tonight, so I'm speaking for her. And I thank everyone for joining us. All of the validation that we have received at the forming of this group is very exciting for us. And we hope to be a place where we are going to be sharing a lot of information with you. If you have questions, you can reach out to us and we will do our very best to answer your questions. Just a reminder to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Those will be the two main portals where we're going to be sharing a lot of information. And if you have things that you want to share, you can get them to us and we will share them for you. Thank you for being here tonight. I'm excited.
All right. Thank you, Kathy. So at this time, we would like to recognize all of our elected officials who have joined us today. So if you are an elected official, please raise your Zoom hand so our host can unmute you. Okay, so Rosie, you're unmuted.
Hello, everyone. This is Judge Rosie Speedling Gonzalez, and I just want to apprise you all that as judges, we have to be careful about how we publicly support candidates. We can support a ticket, though, and so we support all Democrats. Okay, but I'm here with you. That should tell you something. And there are other judges that wish that they were here with us, but they are concerned that they may get in trouble with the Commission on Judicial Conduct. But as you all well know, para mí me vale. I'm not afraid of them. So, and I've already beat them on appeal. So I did put out a message. I'm one of the judges that doesn't take any money as far as contributions and have been able to prevail in local campaigns based on the activity that we promote on our campaign. So I did put one of our more successful strategies in the chat. When y'all get text messages, I know I do this from a national group or from a group that's sending out messages, I swipe to the right and I delete. I don't even read it. But when I get a message from a friend of mine, I read it. So that's the key component in the strategy that you saw in the chat, which is when you send a personal chat message to someone you know, and they see your name on a text message coming from you, they're going to open up that message and read it. Okay, they're not going to throw it away. They're not going to swipe it. And the key to this is to make sure that you get everybody on your contacts list. Make sure that before you get started, you have a digital push card that has early voting dates and your election day on there, and send that out to everybody on your contacts list, everybody in your messenger list, Facebook list, Instagram list, and ask them to do the same, and keep doing it throughout early voting and on election day. And you don't need to block walk. This county's too big to block walk in the middle of the summer for people to get heat stroke. You can do this from your desk, in your home, from your car, from the air-conditioned library, and doing it electronically reaches 4 to 5 times more people personally than it does trying to get out there and reach them in person. And we're running out of time, ladies. So that's my contribution tonight. We also have a special guest that Kathy Vale's going to introduce at the end of our meeting. Thank you so much, ladies, for having me tonight.
Thank you. All right, Josie, if you'd like to.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you to my other favorite twin mom, Councilwoman Rosie. We're so proud that you were able to bring us together in such quick notice. Look, my name is Josie Garcia. I represent Far West San Antonio in the Texas House of Representatives. I'm so proud to be the only woman veteran and to be Afro-Latina representing Bexar County. Something that's so beautiful about that is that I'm a member of the Mexican American Legislative Caucus, as well as the Texas Black Caucus. And I think it's very important right now on the precipice of the biggest election of our lives. Somebody mentioned there's a lot of women that are joining us that are new to politics. Well, I'm an Operation Iraqi Freedom veteran, and those of us who wear combat boots, we show up and we get the mission accomplished. Whether we like the commander in chief or not, we have our combat boots ready and we get the mission accomplished. But I'm here to tell you, you all, things are not what we think they are. Everything that you think politics is, it is definitely not. They outspend us. They lie. They discount us. All the fights that we've already fought, all the fights that Miss Rebecca, Miss Kathy, Councilwoman Rosie, all the fights that they fought in the 60s for women's rights are being stripped right before our eyes. And we're sitting here having to take it. Well, we can't take it. We have to have all of our chucks and pearls ready. We have to have our combat boots ready, and we have to hit the ground. The talking is over. It's time to organize, and that's exactly what we are doing. I couldn't be more proud than every one of you who are organizing on your respective sides of town. We have a wonderful group that is meeting every Thursday. It's called the Cafecito group, and these are people from all factions of Bexar County politics that just want to be the doers, the people who are boots on the ground. If you want to join us in those efforts, please, every Thursday, we will have phone banking. We will have outreach. We will have various methods of being able to reach out to our community. And I'm going to drop my number in the chat. If anybody would like for me or my team to join you in your efforts on your side of town, we'll be more than happy to help rally the troops, because it's going to take all of us. Cafecito happens every Thursday. It changes weekly, depending on who would like to host us. So please reach out anytime. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity, and let's go get them. We can win this.
Thank you so much, Josie. That was very inspiring, and now the whole room is energized, I think. So moving on, do we have Representative Liz Campos with us? Raise your hand, Liz, if you're here. Okay. Annette Ortiz Wilson. Okay. We have asked you to unmute.
I unmuted. Hello, ladies. ¿Cómo están todas? Todas mis latinas. Let me see your hands. Para arriba. Yes, yes, yes. Vamos a pelear muy duro y vamos a ganar. I have so much. Let me introduce myself first. Sorry about that. I'm just so excited. My name's Annette Ortiz Wilson. I'm one of the administrators for Latinas for Kamala Harris Facebook page. We started this, or one of the other ladies started this, with just the intentions for us to kind of communicate with other Latinas, you know, like-minded women. She was expecting maybe 100 or so Latinas. We're at 26,000 Latinas now on that Facebook page. It is amazing. So my job, I'm the field director for that page. I'm in charge of all of the 50 states. As far as the grassroots are concerned, making sure I get all these little chat hosts together and gather the ladies in that area for them to get out there and make a difference, whether it be postcards, phone calls, things of that sort. So I'm super excited. We do have a couple of ladies that are in charge of the San Antonio chat room. And so I believe they were there Saturday for the luncheon. I hope y'all met them. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there. I had my kids from out of town, but either way, I'm here now. I spoke with Miss Rosie Castro. I met her when I was a very young woman at 20 something. My mother and her used to kind of chat and have cafecito and pan de dulce. And that's where I got involved into politics. My mom used to call her kids, the Castro brothers, mis niños, los muchachos, she used to say. Love them to death. But anyway, so here I am. We're not trying to overlap on anybody. We want to connect. Whatever it is that we can do for y'all, since it's already started, you know, we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We're here at y'all's leisure. However you need us, whatever you need us for, we are here. Y gracias, Rosie, for reaching out. And we can do this, amigas. Gracias.
Thank you so much. And Dr. Ellen Riojas Clark, are you here?
Monica Alex Costa.
Is Dr. Ellen here? Okay, no.
Dr. Clark first. Dr. Clark.
Okay, give us just a second.
Yes.
Okay, you should.
I'm unmuted, right?
Yeah.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I'm Ellen Johannes Clark, and we have a group called Las Camaladas, and we are putting on La Gran Camalada Tamalada. And it'll be October 26th at Mission County Park, but I am not going to tell you about that now because I have a huge surprise. So can you have open to share my screen, please? Can you share my screen?
Give us just a second. Can you do that?
Got it?
Our IT team is working on it. Our IT team of one. Hold on.
Okay, this is a musical video
Oh,
in Spanish done by Shelly Ladas and Jose Rosario Gonzalez. And we're going to be having another musical video that is called Trailblazer, also by Shelly Ladas. So I'm just going to play this if the screen is open. Can I play it now?
okay. We'll have to stop sharing our screen, but give us just a second. Okay, you should be able to share your screen now.
Okay, and after this Zoom, everyone has access to the video, and we would like for it to be blasted out on all social media arenas. So here it goes. Tell me if you can see it.
Okay. You have it to share button.
And you'll see it.
No, you have to hit the share. No, it sounds great. It's the green button.
Kamala, si se puede, vamos ya. Unidos vamos a triunfar. Presidenta Kamala, ritmo para disfrutar. Celebrate Kamala, ritmo caliente para bailar. Baila conmigo Kamala. Kamala, Kamala, unidos vamos a ganar. Kamala, Kamala, todos se pueden unidad.
Green share.
Con esperanza a luchar. Baila mi ritmo a celebrar. Unidos vamos a ganar.
Button.
Todos se pueden unidad. Con esperanza a luchar. Baila mi ritmo a celebrar. El futuro viene ya. Se llama Kamala. Con amor, con pasión y también con igualdad. No lo pienses más. El futuro está en tus manos. Sí, sí, sí. Unidos vamos a ganar. Todos se pueden unidad. Con esperanza a luchar. Baila mi ritmo a celebrar. Unidos vamos a ganar. Todos se pueden unidad. Con esperanza a luchar. Baila mi ritmo a celebrar.
There's a link in the chat. Okay. Are going to move on.
Sí se puede. Todo el mundo sabe ya. Tu voto, tu
One second.
voz. Unidos por Kamala.
Okay, we'll get with Dr. Clark in a little bit. Okay, so she's Dr. Clark, hold on. We're just 1 second. Okay, do it again. Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. I'm sorry. So the video wasn't showing, but we heard it.
Oh, no, the video itself is fabulous. Okay, so what we're going to do is that right after this Zoom, you will be able to get it from the Bexar County Party website, and it's available to everybody to use. And I must tell you, it is Shelley Lattes' fabulous voice and fabulous video. So that's the one in Spanish for all the Spanish speaking population. And then we're going to have Trailblazer with a country urban sound for the young people. Again, all the materials that we're developing under Las Camaradas will be available for use by anybody. We're doing this under the umbrella of Latinas for Kamala San Antonio, but we are going out nationally on this. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Clark.
You're
And
welcome.
can you share that link with us in the chat?
We will do that. Monica, can you put it on the chat on the chat, please?
All right. Thank you. Okay. So moving on, we're going to talk about how we can all volunteer for Latinas for Kamala San Antonio. Yeah.
Did you mute Ellen? Okay.
Everyone's muted. All right, ones. Okay, so I'm sharing.
Hi, everyone. My name is Alma Rodriguez, and I am the owner of Soft Touch Home Care. And this is my first participation in dealing with a campaign. So it's a learning experience for me, but first of all, I want to thank everyone that's been on this Zoom. It's been a lot of fun for me so far, learning and understanding how everyone can have an impact on helping Kamala win this presidency. So I'm sure you're probably asking, how can you help? Well, I'm going to tell you the one word that I've learned is volunteering, 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 because that is going to be the one and most important way that we can actually help. So there's different ways for all of us to help. And one of the ways is we're hoping that we're going to get some postcards and be able to, we'll have to have people gather so they can write postcards and send them out to the registered voters. That is one of the ways that we are planning on trying to get the word out. The other way is block walking. So, I mean, that is very common in campaigning. And so just gathering people and going out and visiting people and making sure they know the platform that Kamala is out there trying to make sure that everyone understands what she stands for. The other one is, and it's probably one of the most important ones, is we need to make sure that our family and friends are registered to vote, because they're our biggest cheerleaders. They're our biggest persons that can actually spread the word. So make sure that your family, friends are out there and that they are at least registered to vote. And then the other thing is having hosting some early voting gatherings. Also, so that's another way that we can you can help and volunteer help us in gathering and putting the word out there. We are ready to start working, getting that ball rolling and getting us all excited about getting the word out and making sure Kamala gets elected this year. Thank you.
Okay, so I hope everyone is very excited to volunteer and get involved and get out the vote for the November election. And so right now we will have some time for Q&A. So put your questions in the chat box and we will go ahead and answer those. Rosie, do you want to come up here too?
Is anybody else trying to add a button?
Is your information events flyers being developed in Spanish as well? Yes, we want to put out bilingual marketing collateral for all of you, for all our Spanish speakers too. So we'll work on that. Thank you. That's a good point. Any other questions? Where was the platform that Councilwoman Castro mentioned so we can read through it?
We can.
We are sharing it in just a second. Earlier for San Antonio, Latinas for Kamala, a Google form was shared and you can sign up for updates there and put all your information there. And our email is San Antonio or Latinas for Kamala.sa@gmail.com. Where can we get the She Se Puede merch? I don't know. Does anybody know where we can get She Se Puede merch?
Just found that on the internet.
Yeah, we found it online.
We're gonna be making
do our own.
t-shirts.
But we will be making t-shirts. Our own t-shirts.
And signs.
Oh, and our own yard signs as well.
Show that logo.
Yeah, with the logo on it. Yeah. Digital push cards.
Yeah, I'm sure we can do that.
Yeah, we will
We're gonna ask Rosie to share some more.
yeah, Rosie's will share, or Judge Rosie will share more information on that. We'll ask her for some details and share that information with y'all. Is it
Tell them to remember if they can help with any of these things, we'd be happy to accept help.
yeah, and if anyone would like to volunteer, we would love to accept your help. Again, on that Google form, if you sign up for that, then we can get your information there and give you some updates. Is there a national effort of fundraising by Latinas where we can donate as a group? Yes, there is the Latinas for the Harris campaign. That link will also we'll do a post event link just with all the information that was shared here along with the recording of the video. So there is a Latinas for Harris page that you can donate to specifically. Shelly Lada's video. Do we have the link for that?
Dr. Clark will be
Yeah,
sharing those.
we will get that from Dr. Clark, so we can share that as well.
If you're looking at making a donation, what you can do, we had one of the things that was up there was a donation to Kamala Harris, where you can do that. What we wanted to do is make sure that people are able to make it straight to her campaign. And we'll post that on our Facebook and Instagram. If you want to make a donation to the group, we haven't set up a bank account yet, but we have had some generous donations. And with that, we're hoping to do what you might like, which are some t-shirts, material to give out, postcards to write, possibly signs. All of these things we will be working on this week. So like I say, if you think you can help us with something, please contact us on Facebook or on Instagram or at the email that we've given you.
Yeah. And thank you for all of the positive feedback on the logo. So
But yeah, where do we call to join this group?
Where do we call?
How do people join this group?
So we'll share the Google form link again also, so we can get that to you and we can keep you updated on all our news and events. Somebody asked, do we have a basic fact sheet on why a vote for Harris is good for Latinas? Not yet, but that is an excellent idea. It's coming Thank you for that.
And if you look at the platform, that's going to tell you what we're all about and why we should be voting for her. Someone is asking about becoming an election worker.
Yes.
That we can post for you also.
Yes.
And we'll make sure that's up. Like Kathy mentioned, Youth Do Vote has been doing a lot of work in there. They also appreciate volunteers, but we will list how you can do that. And let me tell you, we're going to need a lot of election workers because we anticipate a lot of voters.
Yes. And Hilda, you're not on Instagram or Facebook. That's okay. We will have an email list with news and updates for you.
And hopefully a phone.
And a phone number too this week.
Let's see.
Yeah, go. So right here is this next slide will be our contact info. Oh, okay. So, hold on. It was 1 second. There you go.
This is actually a great spot.
Yeah.
That's my right.
Okay. So this is all of our contact info. We have a private Facebook group where anybody can post, and then a general Facebook page where we'll be posting. And our yeah. You have to request to join the group. So that's more private, more controlled, girls only. And then our email, and then that short URL at the bottom, sign up for updates, that will take you to the Google form if you'd like to go to that. And then is Lisa Ibarra here?
Patricia Castillo, is her name?
Lisa Ibarra.
Yes.
Yeah. Patricia Castillo. That's what I'll speak. She wasn't.
Yeah, let's check that this.
Okay, Patricia, I think you can unmute yourself now. Hold on just a second.
Hey, Patricia.
Hey, I just wanted to alert everybody about this group, True Texas Project, that is got hundreds of volunteers asking for people to be removed from the voter rolls, and you don't even know that they're doing that to you. And it was featured on Ken's News today at 5 o'clock. And so they did it in the context of urging people to always be checking and making sure that your voter registration status is current, because this group is they're removing people, at least over 2,000 people per day from the voter rolls. And so that's what they said on the news program. And the Southern Poverty Law Center lists them as an anti-government group. And so, they're working hard to make sure that we're not going to be able to vote any way possible. And so please be aware, have your family and friends check on their status, and make sure that everything is okay in terms of your voter registration status.
Okay, thank you, Patricia. We're really, I think we can really gear up for that. One of the things that you might know is that the way that you stay on the list is if you have voted in the past elections and the elections that were just recently held. So that's how you stay on the list. Secondly, you can call to find out if you are, but also you can come to our events, or if you want to send something on email and say, can you tell me if I'm current? We can have information there that will let you know if you're on the voter list.
Bear.org.
Awesome.
Bear.org.
To check your voter registration.
To check your voter registration, bear.org.
Just be aware that, just like my state representative Josie said, we have to be aware of all the different ways that they're going to try to sabotage, stuff.
And we have to protect ourselves and know that we have to know that we've got to be able to defend ourselves under these, very, very dangerous conditions that we have during this time in our lifetime. It's not going to be like any other time. I'm sure of it.
But I think also, right now, we're really trying to get people to be election poll workers, okay? I mean, people inside the actual election booth.
Yes.
Judges and clerks. However, we will also need people outside, people that can steer people to the right on election day to the right places to vote, although now you can vote at any place, right? So that won't be a problem. But people that can see if there is a problem going on inside that you can report to, and they can report to places like MALDEF or other legal types of help. So we're going to, if you want to volunteer for that, we'll also have a sign up for that so that we can make sure that there are some legal remedies if anyone tries to prevent you from voting. You just tell them, no, you're not going to do that. I'm going to report you. And that might be enough to scare them. Because if somebody's doing something illegal, they got to know that we're coming after them. That in terms of, we're going to find a way to make sure that they're not officials in doing those things anymore. We also will need people to hand out literature at the polls. Not everybody believes in doing that, but at some polls, it may be a necessity. I'll tell you why. Somebody might go to vote for Christian Carranza, for example, but they haven't really thought about the presidential race enough. Or they might go for the presidential race, but they haven't thought about Christian enough, or they don't know. So this kind of helps to have somebody there that can say, these are some of the folks that we recommend. Not everybody will want to listen to that or take the literature. That's okay. I've been rejected, and my sons, even at 3 years old, were rejected. But that's okay, because we got to do everything possible. And like Patricia says, nothing can stop us from winning if we're together, if we know what we're doing, and if we really want to make sure that we create a legacy for our children and our grandchildren and our nieces and nephews and all of those folks.
All right. Thank you all so much. Just one more thing. We have Maria Antoineta, who's gonna say a little something really quick.
It's Maria Antonieta Berriozabal. And first of all, I would like to honor the women who organized this group. I've been part of many efforts, including my own campaigns, about 7 of them, and I have never seen a group of women work so fast and so good. One lady who did not speak and is one of my longtime friends is Nancy Martinez, owner of Altima Home Health. And then I also want to recognize Alma already left, but she owns, she's there. Touch. What's her? Soft Touch Home Health Agency. And they're business women like other women here, and they have helped us and donated resources. So I'm very grateful to them. Also, I guess I honor all the years that these women have been working in the community in so many areas, and to have done something in such a quick time. Of course, there's Esme and her husband, the young people that helped with technology. So I am here to thank all of them. I would also like to thank each of you who signed on to be part of our Zoom, our first big effort, and there will be others. What I do want to say is that I have not seen this much excitement in a presidential race since I was a little girl that couldn't even vote, and I got excited about John F. Kennedy. And that's important. We need the enthusiasm. We need people. Anybody and everybody can get together with friends and organize something for Kamala. You know, I know there's some people here from Incarnate Word High School, and let's have shamrocks for Kamala or bobcats for Kamala, and seniors for Kamala, Irish for Kamala. Everybody can do something. Everybody has to do something before election day, because Kamala has to win with a very wide margin. We don't want the opposition that is evil itself give us trouble when she wins. We saw that Donald Trump is capable of anything, and he inspires people to do what he wants. And the only thing I believe goes against that, I don't want to use the word fight because I see the face of Patricia Castillo and we should not say fight. But what the thing that we have to fight is the evil that's out there, the negativism. And all of us for a couple of years already have been wondering, how did we get here? How did things get so bad? And I don't know the answer. I don't know who does, but I do know something. If there's evil out there, there's also good. And we're seeing it all over the place. Good people wanting good things for our country, for their families, for their children. And I submit that that good will overcome whatever negativism is out there, but each of us has to do our part. I would like to suggest, if there are lawyers out there, I'm very partial to lawyers and all their knowledge. Organize lawyers for Kamala, and have your phones ready on election day to see if there are any problems. You know, they can call you. We can give them your telephone number, learn the election code. And then when people have problems at the polls or anywhere else, we can call you and you can help us out. Another thing that you can do, and some of you have done it before, just make a video of yourself, you know, in your garden, in your backyard, wherever. And you can just say, I'm for Kamala for President of the United States, or give a little 20-second speech. Have somebody videotape you and then put it on Instagram, put it on Facebook, that little thing that shows little movies in Facebook. I don't know how to do that, the feed or something. But can you imagine every one of you who's here putting a little video together of yourself and putting it out? Like, everybody can do something. And if you want to join us or get information, again, email us. I'm an email girl. latinasforkamala.s@gmail.com. And again, thank you. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for what you're going to do. And let's get ready. On the day that Kamala Harris becomes the president of the United States, it's going to happen. And I will be so very proud. And I want you to join me in that pride after having worked really hard, porque tenemos que trabajar para lo que queremos. Nada se da gratis, ya sabemos. Y tenemos información para nuestras amigas hispanoparlantes también, porque yo sé que están en la lista hoy. Muchas gracias y que Dios nos bendiga a todas.
All right. Thank you all so much for joining us. I'm inspired. I hope y'all are inspired as well. Your support and your participation are crucial to our success. So let's continue to work together to make a difference and help Vice President Harris win this election. Thank you once again and have a wonderful evening.